Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's another fine day here in Kisumu. The weather is good, and as you all know, that the country is actually expecting a major announcement from a money center, an announcement which is going to shake the entire country. Musalia Mudavadi promised Kenyans earthquake, but before that earthquake, I wanted to comment very briefly on Raila Odinga's latest events, the event in Narok, specifically because it was yesterday. And then later on, I'm going to talk about William Samoei Ruto's event in Makueni, which was good, but I want to focus specifically in one incident in a church where the deputy president and his team drove and they found empty seats. Now, let me begin by my comment on Raila Odinga's latest events. If you've been following politics, and I'll do a proper analysis, I'm still studying their campaign strategies. If you've been following Raila Odinga's rallies of late, you'll realize that they are well organized. Crowd is managed. The podium is fantastic. There's crowd management, the podium, fantastic. There's branding. You see those people carrying those vote for Raila placards. There's a bit of branding, maybe because of aspirants. But there's one element which I feel is lacking in Raila Odinga's campaign. A rallying call. Raila Odinga's messaging from those rallies is not coming out very clearly. You really can't tell his rallying call. Like, for example, you can easily tell William Ruto's rallying call, which is bottoms up. He's insisting on that. And the hustler nation. For Raila and his team, I think there's something which is missing. I'm not getting, like from Narok, what was the rallying call? So I think his team, who are doing fantastic job as far as I'm concerned, needs to figure out what is the rallying call. The other day I had Raila Odinga talk of launching his manifesto late and not making it public for now because people will steal. Maybe that's why they are not talking about that rallying call. Now let us get now to William Ruto's event in Makwiny. If there's one thing which you have to give to the deputy president, is his determination to become the next president of the Republic of Kenya. And William Ruto has the ability to mobilize crowds. When he goes to Kondele, he can easily mobilize a crowd there, and Kenyans will say, Ruto ameenda na dunia. He can go to Mombasa, do the same. He can go to Makwiny, do the same. And probably you can attribute this to their strategies in Jubilee. During the Jubilee campaigns last time, they were able to attract huge crowds, even in where they were perceived to be unwanted. Ruto is actually doing the same. So yesterday, the deputy president held a rally, series of rallies in Makwiny. And there's this particular incidents. Actually, there are two, but I want to focus on one. The first one, which I'm not going to focus much on, the first one is which I'm going to focus on is the church incidents, where the deputy president arrived to a church service 9 a.m., sorry. I hope you get the drift. 9 a.m. Then seats were just empty. So the deputy president, the organizers decided, let's take this guy to the office. So the deputy president was kept in the office waiting as the church leadership were mobilizing the villagers to come and attend the rally. And finally, they went to a nearby school and brought the students to that rally. Then after that rally, the deputy president was supposed to attend another rally, but that rally was also cancelled at last minute. But I want us to focus more on the incidents in this church. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us get back to business. William Samoei Ruto was shocked in Ukambani today. And in my considered opinion, William Ruto must learn his lessons from whatever happened in Makwiny. In the last election, Makueni voted for NASA. I think Jubilee did not even get 10% in Makwiny. Of course, in places like Machakos, places like Kitui, they managed, but they were locked out completely in Makwiny. He must learn these things, probably why he was locked. The first thing which is must learn is that personal attacks on regional leaders sometimes is not good. I want to assume that the deputy president organized this event. He left Nairobi knowing so well that an event is somewhere. But because of his attacks on Kalonzo, the residents, those areas, did not see the reason why they ought to go wake up early and go and attend an event presided over by the deputy president. Remember, this event was a church event, and people always go to church. In this case, people were supposed to go to church, decided not to go because the deputy president was going there. So you must learn that regional leaders just needs a bit of respect. Because the truth of the matter is that Ukambani is predominantly supportive of Kalonzo Musyoka. You can hire them, they can attend your rallies, but the person most of them will vote for is Kalonzo. So if you attack Kalonzo the way the DP did, it means these guys might decide, apana, we are not coming. Even the people who organized it will not. Number two, and this is very important for the DP, he must learn his lessons from here, that money in politics is good. It's good to mobilize. But when people join you, because they know that by joining you, they get money, then you should be worried. That's exactly what should worry the deputy president. According to sources, this church event was planned, but the organizers were fighting over money. So there was a fallout. So a group assumed ile group ingine imekula pesa. The other group also assumed ile group ingine imekula pesa. So ultimately, nobody mobilized people. And because nobody organized people, the deputy president arrived there to an empty stadium. So William Ruto must figure out that money is good for politics, very good. But what will happen if that money is not there? What will happen if the people organizing the events are just there for the money? He must figure out how he's going to overcome that. The third thing which the DP must learn from this particular Makueni incidents is that Ukambani is actually Kalonzo Musyoka's stronghold. And that's why on this platform, I've always asked myself, and I've asked you severally, where will Raila Odinga get the votes to cover for Ukambani region if Kalonzo Musyoka is going to run? Because the truth is, Kambas will vote for Kalonzo, even if it's 60% or 70%, the rest will share. And Kambas, the way I know them, they just reacted. They just told this guy, look here, our man is Kalonzo. This is his stronghold. We are not coming. The fourth question which the DP should ask himself is, who organized this particular event? Who bought the bus? And why was the event boycotted? If the DP can answer those questions, then in future, in my view, he can overcome such challenges. There is nothing as bad as organizing a political event and then people don't come. Then you're supposed to go to the next place. Then what happens is that at that next place, the event has also been cancelled. So which means the deputy president and his team had to move very fast to organize the other events and make sure people turned up. So I think the DP needs to understand that sometimes it's important to involve the community. As much as the event was a church event, which was meant to officially deliver a bus, probably there's division in that church as to where, how, and who bought that money. I mean that bus, or whether that bus should actually be politicized. And number 5, and I've said this sometimes back. I said this sometimes back that William Ruto must now start concentrating on real grassroots network. You know, it's easy to go to Kondele. Like if I want to go to Kondele tomorrow and you give me 100,000, I'll go to their leaders, give them some money, ask them to mobilize each one of them, maybe 20, 50 people. You give them money to share. But that is good for perception. The bad thing with that is that in most cases, you end up people landing on the hands of brokers. So William Ruto needs to work on real grassroots network. You see, like Raila Odinga can go to a place, even if the event is boycotted by a member of parliament, if the event is boycotted by the governor, at least you'll find he has that his network, which are able to organize for him events. If Raila Odinga were to go to Kwale, for example, where the governor is a Odium stronghold, but the governor is Jubilee, if you were to go there, the Odium structures in that region alone, without involving the governor or even the members of parliament, they can mobilize on their own. So the DP must start figuring out how he's going to create his network. And the last question is William Ruto's intelligence network. The DP left Nairobi, landed here. Was he not told that already people are not there, so that he could land somewhere, organize with a team to mobilize? So I think probably either someone misled the DP or he failed to listen. But if he had a credible source of intelligence, which I assume he has because of his office, then he ought to have listened to them. They maybe delayed this particular event. I don't know what to think. That's my take. But William Ruto has learned his lessons the hard way. That sometimes you might have the money, you might have the ability to mobilize, but without proper community engagement, without civility where you don't attack leaders, without structures on the ground, without proper intelligence, then nothing is going to work. Nothing is going to move. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.